Hello everyone, and welcome back for another Warframe build. Today I will be showing off my Mirage build, a very simple and very powerful build. First off, we'll start with her abilities. So we'll look at her abilities, right? For her passive, sliding lasts 85% longer, and acrobatics maneuvers are 50% faster. It does take a little bit getting used to, just like Neza, but essentially she's just really fast. Hollow Mirrors creates an entourage of doppelgangers to confuse and distract the enemy. If you're standing still, the enemies will shoot you. If you're moving, the enemies will more than likely hit the doppelgangers, right? So this also increases damage, and with the augment, increases it 5% for each enemy killed. Pretty simple. Second ability, I switched out for Nourish, so she has more energy and of course more damage, never hurts. But the way I'm running her, she needs a lot of energy. Eclipse needs no introduction, but essentially when I'm playing with Eclipse on Mirage herself, I only ever use the weapon damage. The damage reduction's nice on other frames, but for Mirage, you get down low enough to where you would want damage reduction, she's dead. You know, she's getting her health hit, she's dead no matter what. And then Prism, good nuking ability for low level enemies. Once you get to high level enemies, it's still good, but it's not going to be like nuking everything. It's essentially going to be a blinding effect on enemies, so they're not shooting at you. Great. And a radiation proc for like the entire room, so really good. Now let's talk about the Archon shards that I have on her. I've got 2 Tau Forged Crimson Archon shards for ability strength. No need to explain really, just you want ability strength on her. And then 2 Tau Forged Amber Archon shards for casting speed, because her animations are kind of slow. And then 1 for maximum energy is filled on spawn, right? Because you want to be able to pop all of her abilities as soon as you get into the mission, because they are what is keeping her alive and giving her weapons insane damage. Now, first off, growing power. If you're running crit weapons, of course this won't work for most of the crit weapons, but I mean, it'll still proc because of Nourish is being applied. Adding the viral procs to the weapon, it still works. Trust me, I've tested it. Catalyzing shields, because we're going to be shield gating with her for another form of survivability. Archon stretch. You don't really care for the range. It's the second ability or second effect on this mod that you really care about, where electricity damage restores plus 2% energy per second over 5 seconds. You might be thinking, well, she doesn't apply any electric procs with her abilities, right? But that is where Durga comes in. I run her Durga with my Mirage, right, for Arc Coil and Electropulse, because both are applying electric procs, right, and stunning enemies. It's really good. Durga with Archon stretch is just really good combo for most frames, right? And then for ability strength, we've got Power Drift, Intensify, Blind Rage, and Augur Secrets. That gets us up to 298% ability strength, right? If you do want to run her augment, the Total Eclipse, so that your teammates get it, that's fine. I would recommend getting rid of Intensify, because Blind Rage gives you 99% ability strength, and you want that ability efficiency down a little bit so that you can proc the cloning of the Durga, get more electric procs. Simple as that. And Augur Secrets is giving you shields and overshield, which is another, really good. Trust me, you want shields. And Intensify is just ability strength. yeah, it's good, but at the same time, if you really want total eclipse, being a team player, go for it. It's not going to hurt. Prime flow, just so we have the energy max, same with prime continuity, so we got duration. And then a Hall of Malevolence for the damage of your doppelgangers and increased by 5% every time you kill an enemy. With Mirage, how much ability strength, or like how much damage she's giving your weapons, it is actually insane how fast that grows. Because, yeah, look, with damage increase, 596%. And then you got Nourish, 134%. And then Doppelgangers, another almost 60%, plus 5% every time you get an enemy kill. Not to mention, Molt Augmented, which is going to be increasing the base of all of those as you're going. And then Molt Efficiency, just for some more duration. If you do have the new augment or new arcanes from the old piece, there's the shield tanking way to go about this to get even more ability strength, but I don't have it maxed out yet, so this is what I got for now, right? And one more thing to mention before we go into mission. I mostly run her with my Kuvanukor for one simple thing. It's a secondary fortifier. Secondary fortifier will give you overguard, another form of survivability, right? But it's also a beam weapon, so it's going to be chaining from enemy to enemy. Alright, so here we are in the mission. Popped first, second, and then third. See how the abilities she's using are kind of fast on that one because of the casting speed, really nice. Of course, you want to keep all three of your first abilities up at all times, and then you want to keep this going too. And yeah, this is base steel path, but it's still killing stuff really quickly, right? Just because, again, she has almost 300% ability strength when you start the mission. Not to mention all the stacks we've already gotten. We're at 30 seconds, already at 108 kills. Her main thing is sometimes she kills enemies too fast, right? And yeah, you can cast her fourth ability again while it's up to cause it to explode, just so you can cast again where you want it. So that does cost energy, so just keep that in mind. See, like, we're using abilities plenty, right? But we're still staying at full energy because of Durga. And you want to keep those Durga spawning, so I'm gonna go over here, pop the ability again. I'll even pop Nourish and Eclipse more often than I need to, but first ability, once it's active, you can't recast it until it's done.
Activating it will buy you more time.
One thing with Mirage, she really likes her straight hallways. She's not a big fan of like on this map where you got all the roots coming out the walls and stuff, right? Because that orb, sometimes it'll bug out and just cause it to cancel the ability. I won't even go full duration just because it's like, oh hey, it's jammed in there for some reason. How to get there? Well, so 5 minutes 2 seconds, right? We're at 677 kills. Pretty decent. Again, the big thing that made it so we couldn't really get more kills is the fact that she kills enemies as fast as they spawn. If they're not spawning fast enough, you're kind of just gonna be sitting there like, all right, what's going on? But yeah, she, like I said, amazing frame, great weapons platformer. If you're not a fan of just ability spam warframes, or just like, oh, I want to see how good I can get this one gun, you know, or you just really just want to sit there shooting down a hallway, you know. Mirage is really good for that. I would say, in my opinion, she's my favorite weapons platformer in the game. There are a few close contenders, but she's at the top. She's also an OG that just is always good, has always been good. I'm gonna guess always will be good. There are other builds I've seen around where it's more revolved around her fourth ability, but at the same time, my main thing is I think she buffs the weapons to a point where you don't really need to worry about spamming her fourth. I will say, like I said, I think I said it earlier, but I recommend running her with beam weapons or like chain beam weapons like Amprex, Ignis, Nucor, Okkur, all those weapons. Just you will see ridiculously easy play. You will be standing in one area, don't even have to aim, just wipe the room. It's just that easy with her. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy playing Mirage, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.